Before Columbus set sail in 1492, there were whispers of a group of fearless warriors who sailed across the icy North Atlantic, reaching lands unknown to most Europeans. Could the Vikings have discovered America hundreds of years earlier? Today we're diving into the truth behind the Viking discovery, and some of it might shock you. The Vikings were Norsemen from Scandinavia, hailing from modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. They were skilled sailors, explorers, and yes, fierce warriors. They are remembered for their raids across Europe, but their curiosity drove them far beyond. They built longships, narrow, fast, and able to navigate oceans and shallow rivers alike. These ships allowed them to travel farther than most people at the time could imagine. The Vikings didn't just seek conquest, they sought new lands, trade, and adventure. Their journeys eventually led them to Greenland, and possibly to the shores of North America. One of the most famous Viking explorers was Leif Erikson, around the year 1000 AD. According to the sagas, Leif sailed west from Greenland, eventually landing in a place he called Vinland. Vinland was described as a land rich in forests, rivers, and grapes. The Vikings may have traveled from Greenland to what is today Labrador and Newfoundland. The L'Anse aux Meadows site in Newfoundland provides archaeological evidence of Viking presence, remains of houses, tools, and iron rivets that match Norse craftsmanship. While this proves Vikings were in North America, it seems they stayed only briefly and never built lasting settlements. Interestingly, the sagas also tell stories of their interactions with the locals, whom they called Skraelings. These encounters weren't always peaceful, and the challenges of survival in a harsh, unfamiliar land likely limited their expansion. Much of what we know about the Viking voyages comes from ancient sagas, like the Saga of Eric the Red and the Saga of the Greenlanders. These texts mix history with legend, making it tricky to know exactly what happened. However, archaeology confirms their presence in Newfoundland. Tools, building remnants, and even evidence of ironworking suggest Vikings explored the region seriously, even if briefly. Scholars debate whether these were mere scouting trips or attempts at colonization. Some argue the Vikings' efforts failed because of harsh weather, limited resources, and resistance from the local indigenous peoples. Others suggest the lack of lasting impact caused the Viking discovery to fade from European memory. Vinland, according to the sagas, was a land of abundance, forests full of game, rivers teeming with fish, and grapes that could be used to make wine. It must have seemed like paradise compared to the cold Greenland settlements. But life there wasn't easy. Winters were brutal, supplies were limited, and the Vikings had to navigate tense interactions with the Skraelings. These challenges, combined with distance from home, likely meant that long-term settlement was impossible. It's fascinating to imagine these Viking explorers walking through dense forests in Newfoundland, trying to survive while mapping new lands centuries before Europeans would colonize them. So why does Columbus get all the credit? Simply put, historical impact. Columbus's voyage in 1492 sparked lasting European colonization of the Americas. The Vikings may have arrived first, but they didn't change the course of history. The debate over who discovered America first often comes down to influence. Vikings were first, yes, but Columbus's journey had global consequences. It's a reminder that history sometimes remembers those who leave the biggest mark, not necessarily those who arrive first. To sum it up, the Vikings likely reached North America around the year 1000 AD, leaving behind evidence at L'Anse aux Meadows. They explored, faced incredible challenges, and returned home without establishing lasting settlements. Columbus's journey, on the other hand, changed the course of history forever. So, what do you think? Were the Vikings the true discoverers of America? Or does history only remember Columbus because of the impact he made? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if you learned something new. And hit subscribe with notifications on so you never miss another mind-blowing history story.